The main topic of my thesis is editorial translation and everything related to it. The aim of my thesis is mainly to tell the story of the figure of the editorial translator and to explain its origins, evolution, and the profession he or she exercises. Indeed, in the first chapter, I trace the roots of translations in our world from the earliest times, when translation was born for reasons purely related to trade, wars, and more generally to communication between different people and cultures. Since then, the translation sector has undergone an ever increasing growth, an evolution that has led to more and more people being involved in this field. Today, translation is the tool that allows us to read a book and get the same emotions, the same impact that it arouses in the reader of the original language. Obviously, this applies to all sectors from publishing to film, and not only in the field of entertainment, but more generally in anything that requires translation from one language to another. Translators are the bridges that unite all cultures around the world, and it is only thanks to the millions of language combinations that exist and the translators who operate them that it is possible to have access to all kinds of information, even if it originates in another countries. Unfortunately, despite the great advantages that this profession has to offer, even today the field of translation is still one of the least paid and most undervalued fields of work in the world. As evidence of this information, I have attached the various surveys carried out not only in Italy but also in other foreign countries, in which various elements were taken as a reference sample in the surveys, resulting in a likely negative outcome regarding the working conditions of a translator. One of the most heated debates in the publishing field, of course, is that of the translator's name on the cover. Although several articles mention the dutiful need for the translator's name to appear on the cover next to the author of the respective work, it is very rare for this to happen. Very often, in fact, the translator's name is mentioned in the first few pages, if not even omitted. This is considered not only an outrage to the translator's hard work and commitment, but also as an underestimation of the profession and the recognition it should receive. In the second chapter, I looked in detail at the process involved in the translation of a book and analyzed all the steps involved in it. Furthermore, I highlighted all the translation challenges involved in translating. In fact, the translator not only has to deal with issues related to the synopsis, grammar, and semantics of the original work, the translator must also dig much deeper and succeed in tuning into the author's pen to such an extent that the same effect elicited in the original language is recreated in the target language in question. This and much more is closely linked to the work of the translator and the latter's success in bringing the same for the whole society around us.